What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another Dragon Blaze video. Hope everybody's doing well. So for one of my subscribers, I found out that we all merged together, all the servers. It's new to me and probably new to other people who hasn't had that merger yet or been to other different servers. So that's what's like the new stuff with mining and maybe other things and stuff like that and the random resets. It's just all the new merging coming together. Well, it's new for people who haven't seen it. Just want to clarify that from other subscribers who let me know the rundown when it comes to that. So that's pretty awesome. So we'll see what more stuff they bring if they haven't brought out everything. But make sure you're doing your adventure dungeon challenger event, special attendance, roulette of fortune, revenge, 2 times fight reward, and 2 times daily aspiration. It's very important that you jump into those. We only got a few minutes. I can jump into this quickly because Artemis is the next archer we're going to be doing. So we're going to jump into her and see what she does. She's a archer physical DPS. Let's preview her skills and let's see what's going on, because it could be exciting. Really cool introduction there with the moon animation. So it says attacks one enemy as well as nearby enemies and increase AoE attack for all allies, 7th phase for 4 seconds. So that's actually very, very good, especially if you have an AoE team, and the fact that she's going to keep doing that as she's auto-attacking over time. That's actually quite spectacular. It's going to be a treasured ally for whatever team you're setting up for when it comes to the AoE. That's going to be very, very awesome for that. Her first ability is still inflicts 2,700% skill damage on one enemy. Cooldown 16.9 seconds. Let's see why. Specialty 1 inflicts ×2 additional skill damage on nearby enemies, which is quite good because it hits everybody. That's going to be quite great. And then Specialty 2 casts crescent arrow effect on all enemies. 7th phase for 5 stacks. I mean, it's going to stack 5 times. And let's see what that does. And the crescent arrow effect, it says increase received AoE damage by 22%. So well over 100%. Which is pretty awesome. That's going to be very useful. So she's going to be very good for your AoE teams. And the fact that she's an archer, she'll stay in the back line and be doing good damage. So that's going to be very, very good when it comes to that. Her second ability, it says inflicts 2,970% skill damage on one enemy. Cooldown 22.8 seconds. Let's see why. There's a lot of specialties here. So the first specialty is that inflicts ×3 additional skill damage on nearby enemies. That's quite good. ×3. That's quite powerful, to be honest, to say the least. And then we have specialty 2. It says increases additional boss damage by 56% for all allies. 7th phase, 5 stacks, excluding self. So she does not get that buff. She only does that for all your allies, which is pretty good because, you know, she's already does quite a bit of damage in her abilities already to begin with from what I'm breaking down. So that's quite powerful, and it stacks 5 times. So that's quite good. And then her specialty 3 says cast covering shot effect on all allies. 7th phase for 17.8 seconds. And that ability effect says increase attack speed by 10%. So that's actually quite good, in my opinion. She's going to carry a lot of weight for sure, depending on what team you want her set up in. Specifically, AoE would be great, but she can be good with just about any team based on what you're trying to accomplish. That's actually quite powerful. And then we're going to go to her ultimate, which is signature skill. Upon charging 100% signature energy. Specialty 1 says inflicts 7,128% skill damage on a random enemy 10 times. So that's quite powerful on a random enemy. Now, that can be kind of scary too because it's random. So if you want her to hit a specific target and she's not hitting it, well, it's 10 times. So luckily she'll be able to hit that target as many times as you're hoping for. But still really good effect. In Specialty 2, it says increases AoE attack by 570% and physical attack by the same percentage for all allies. 7th phase, 5 stacks. So I mean, it's just going to stack 5 times from my understanding. That's quite really powerful, to say the least. That's really powerful. That's something that's definitely not to nor to put aside. That's definitely really powerful and it's going to carry a lot of weight in a lot of situations. And then we have cast 3, specialty 3, cast a moonlight volley effect on self, 7th phase for 22 seconds. So we'll see what that is, because they don't include like everything inside. So we're definitely going to see what that is. And we're going to go to signature. So it says moon volley effect at the very bottom here. Effect 1, it says increases DEX by 356%, which is your main style, which is quite important. That's pretty high percentage, actually, for it to be balanced, of course, not to be overly broken. That's quite good. And then Moonlight Volley Effect 2 increases cooldown speed by 50%. Wow. That's quite powerful. So that's pretty good. So it means it's going to cut her cooldown in half. Increase cooldown speed by 50%. If my understanding, it may just cut her cooldown effect in half for this ability, possibly. I'm going to have to test that out and see eventually when I use her more often to quite tune on that. But that sounds pretty broken if that's what it is. In effect 3, it says inflict 1,728% skill damage on all enemies when attacking them, only for bosses. So that's only for bosses. That's still quite good. Let's go to her passive. It says Moon of Putrefy. Purity. Passive. Personal passive. Increase AoE attack by 194%. Ranged attack by the same percentage. And physical attack by the same percentage. Which is quite powerful. Definitely love the passive. It's going to put in some work. Allied Aura increases DEX by 19%. Ranged attack by 78%. And additional boss damage by 39%. Which is quite powerful. Class passive. Archer Aura 1, increase AoE attack by 214% and ranged attack by the same percentage. Archer Aura 2, increase physical attack by 428% and ranged attack by the same percentage. Hydra and Entom only. So only for your world bosses. That's still good though. You're going to need to be able to reach your marks whenever you're fighting them so you can have a decent rank and really just beat them overall. You know, they can be hard sometimes, so that's going to be very helpful. And then her third one, which is her Hydra passive, your world boss passive. It says personal passive increase DEX by 285%, ranged attack by 1,069%, additional random damage by 535%, which is pretty good. Personal passive 2 inflicts 3,564% skill damage on all enemies when attacking them, which is quite powerful. Overall, just be honest about that. And then Allied Aura, increase physical attack by 428%, additional random damage by 214%, and additional boss damage by the same percentage. That's nice. I mean, I can see her putting in a lot of work for sure. She's definitely going to be someone worth investing in. And then Enemy Aura, increase received AoE damage by 107% and receive physical damage by the same. She's quite powerful. I could definitely see her putting in a lot of work, for sure. And then you increase your physical attack by 317%, which it grows as she levels, and then AoE by the same percentage, and then your boss's damage by 380%. That's just for me. That's probably not going to be for you. You might be in a different level than I am, but this is just what I currently have for her. And then Traces of Exiled. It says Affinity passive. Personal passive increases additional boss damage by 110%. Allied Aura increase physical attack by 66% and ranged attack by 76%. Specialty. Upon using Crescent Arrow skill, increase received AoE damage by 22% for all allies. 7th phase. 3 stacks. That's actually quite nice. And then you have your Hydra passive, which personal passive increased DEX by 66% and ranged attack by 362%. Allied Aura increase additional boss damage by 62%. Specialty, upon using Moonlight Volley skill, increase your attack by 1,814%, 7th phase for 3 stacks. So, how do I feel about Artemis? I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She's good. I believe she's going to be very, very good depending on where you want to use her in. I like what she does, and I'm definitely probably going to have to invest in her a little bit more. but she's definitely worth it for sure. I'm definitely happy to break her down a little bit more, and you will definitely like her as well. I'm definitely gonna probably have her in my lineup somewhere for sure. As you see, I still have to get reds for weapons. All the jewels are done. I have some good accessories, and I have to put her other weapons on. But yeah, she's definitely going to be worth playing. Absolutely. If you haven't really invested into her and you're still trying to find a good archer, she's definitely one to go with as well. I put just a little bit of time into her, but I'll definitely put more time into her eventually, for sure, when I want to have more archers on my lineup. But that is it today, guys. Keep playing. Don't get discouraged. You will get everything you need over time. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you for the next one.